Right, it is Atletico Madrid today, first knockout round, away leg in Madrid, so very tasty. We've also got a January transfer signing to show you. We've tweaked the tactic as well. We had to just bring it back a little bit. We've conceded too many goals and it's actually worked really well. We're in good form. Let's see if we can get a positive result out in Madrid today. Alright boys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to DNA, and today we have got games against Atletico Madrid, and we've also got a league game against Norwich. We may be able to do a little bit of rotation in that as well. Form-wise, as you can see, has been going pretty well. We've got an occasional blip, so we just started conceding a few goals. In and around January time, we drew 4-4 with Liverpool in the semi-final and got knocked out on penalties. We then conceded 4 at Fulham, conceded 1 at Leicester, clean sheet, but then we conceded 3 at Arsenal. I thought, right, enough's enough. So what we did was, we've gone back into the tactic, and all I've done is change it back to our half-back. Now, it does limit us a little bit because, to be fair to Bellingham, he can do a half-back, no problem. He can do a half-back, no problem. It says he's obviously not amazing at it, only 3-star, but you know, you're asking him to pass, to tackle, he can kind of do it. It's given us that little extra protection. It's kind of been backed up in the last few games. Yes, we've just conceded 2 goals against Southampton, but one was a set piece. It wasn't really anything to do with how we were playing. And then we had back-to-back clean sheets against Wolves and Brighton. So it kind of maybe has helped us that way. Now, the player we have signed is Owen Wijndal. Now, the issue that I've had with Luke Shaw is not so much his form. I think his form has been better, but he just doesn't get through games. He doesn't get through games. 60 minutes, I'm always having to take him off. And it feels like it's a waste of a substitute at times. We've got we've got a big squad that needs rotating. We didn't have a natural replacement because we let Tellers go. We were kind of allowing Dalot, Williams, Ethan Laird to play out there a little bit at times. And I thought, right, we need to go down the route of signing someone who's going to be very adventurous, has got a good engine, good attacking play, and someone who's not going to break the bank. So we got Wijndal in. He cost us 44.5 million. That was his release clause. He is 23. He has a lovely DNA score of 70, so pretty decent for a defender. His work rate could maybe improve, but at the age of 23, I'm quite happy with what we've got with him. We'll keep our eye on his progression. If he starts dropping, then we may have to look at shipping him on, but I'm hopeful over the next few seasons we can get some of these numbers up, in particular his work rate and his teamwork. So there is Wijndal. He's had a really bad start, followed by a good, sharp sort of like improvement of form. His last few games, look, 8.1, 6.7, 6.9, 6.9, 6.9. He did start with a 6.2, so I was a little bit worried. But we're getting up to a level, and as you can see in the game against Brighton, he did notch a couple of assists, so that's really good. And then it just gives the option for us to rotate players a little bit. Luke Shaw, for some reason, just doesn't do well. It's not so much every game. Well, it is every game. Every game he plays and he's taken off. Regardless, if I rest him for a couple of weeks, he comes back in, he gets to 60 minutes, he's knackered. So I thought long term, we need to look at having someone in this left-hand side who can play naturally. We don't want a Brandon Williams who's a right footer, or an Ethan Laird or a Dalot, all right footed. We need something a little bit permanent. I thought Wijndal was a decent player to bring in. 110 grand a week as well, 23 years old, got his best years in front of him at the club. Let me know what you think to the signing down below. Now, that is all of the sort of like the tactics, info, signings, nothing else. The board actually gave us 38 million to spend. We had nothing, and then they said financial improvement, so here you go. And then we adjusted our budget a little bit to sort of like sign Wijndal for 44.5 million. Interestingly, people have asked about the goalkeeping situation. People said, why did you sign Nick Pope? I signed him because he was English. He's cheap. Always helps with registration rules. We're going to lose David De Gea at the end of the season. I have made an executive decision. He will be leaving. I haven't even offered him or triggered his contract extension because I don't want him at the club. He's getting to that age now where I think Man United just need to let players go. If we've got people like Dean Henderson, who in the game is quite good, and is England's keeper, by the way, not only England's goalkeeper, but England's World Cup winning goalkeeper, because England won the World Cup in the Qatar World Cup. It makes sense to go with him. He was getting a little bit unhappy with match time. I don't think he's absolutely amazing, but I do think in terms of Football Manager as well, I think we need to strengthen elsewhere on the pitch, and having 2 goalkeepers settled, Nick Pope's going to be a decent backup for us. I know it's not ideal. Someone said, why do you have 3 senior keepers? Well, the idea is that we got Nick Pope maybe a season early, but because he was so cheap, 2.5 million, having that 2.5 million with the skills that he has as a goalkeeper made complete sense. And then we'll phase De Gea out. We've got nothing coming through in terms of good young goalkeepers either. And we've got other places we need to strengthen. I still think we need to strengthen at right back. I think we need to get a midfielder. The striker situation is okay. We've still got Anthony Martial. Not even one bid came from him in the January transfer window. Ronaldo came to me and said he was keeping his options open on a new deal, which I was a little bit pissed off about because I was wanting to keep him for an extra season. And then I realised we had the opportunity to just trigger another year's contract. So I've triggered it. So we've got Ronaldo for 3 seasons. I can't not play him at the moment. Yes, his average rating is down. Yes, he's not scoring as many, but he's not the main man. Because we've got Lewandowski up there as well, I don't think his numbers are going to be as good. Lewandowski's got 26, Ronaldo's got 29. I think for this season and then season 3, these 2 will be fine. These 2 will be fine. And then from season 4, that is where we will need to find 2 new strikers at the very least. We may try and get one in the summer, depending on who's available. Someone asked as well about what happened to Vlahovic. As I said, he went to Dortmund. And the interesting thing about Dortmund is he's doing very well, 14 and 19. We're keeping our eye on him. Don't worry, we may have to break some kind of massive transfer fee to get him in. But they've also got Haaland. Haaland is still there, which is interesting. And also, Moukoko is still there. So they've got 3 strikers. And are they playing? They're playing. So Zidane's got the team. What's he playing? Yeah, he's only playing one up front because that's how most managers work. So there's going to be some unrest there, I think, at some point with those 3. And we may be able to then pick up one of those for maybe a little bit cheaper. You never know. You never know. So that's my thought process behind it. I'm not sure how much money we're going to get next season because we have spent a lot and we've got none left. But I do think the centre-halves, we can kind of get by for another season. We've strengthened at left-back, maybe strengthened at right-back. And then I still want an English, I still want like a Declan Rice or a Calvin Phillips in here. Manchester United always have that thing of signing good English players, top English players as well. They've done it throughout the history with sort of like signing the Sheringhams, the Rooneys, bringing Carrick in, Andy Cole at that point. So bringing the best sort of like English players in makes sense and something that Manchester United notoriously have done down the years. So we'll look at that later on and try and really sign a key player in there. And then that will allow sort of like a Bellingham to go in there. And it'll make our squad a lot stronger. All right. I did forget one thing to tell you in the last episode. We are World Club Cup champions. There you go. We played, the end of last season, we played like a group phase against like a Japanese side and a South American side. We got through, we beat Tottenham with a terrible squad. We hardly had any players because they were all knackered and away on holiday, a lot of them. So that was the squad. We'd also sold a lot. Basically, as soon as the season finished, players like Tellez, Lindelof, all the ones that I knew that I was getting rid of, I shipped them out into the under-23s and we took a really small squad to Tokyo, I think it's Tokyo, where we ended up lifting the trophy, beating Liverpool on the way and Bayern Munich. So that is another trophy, just so you're aware. I didn't know I was in it until I literally clicked and I had to register a squad after the Champions League defeat a couple of episodes ago. Right, here we go. First game, Atletico Madrid. We're going to go with the halfback. We will still use a register at certain points. I have got another tactic, which is a box again. I think we'll play this against Norwich and see how it works because we've got sort of the original one here, then we brought them inside, and I thought this just gives us the opportunity just to play with a register because we still want someone in there. If we get a Calvin Phillips or someone of a real good quality, we still don't want to limit what they do with the ball. So I thought that was a nice way of bringing it in again, having a register and a halfback. But for today, we're gonna go with the tried and tested and trusted halfback, and we will play Scott McTominay in there who rested in the last game. We're also going to go with Jadon Sancho. We managed to rest Ronaldo as well, so he can come in with Lewandowski up front. Kamara did a decent job. He's been a nice little signing for us. Someone said in the comments as well about using Kamara as a centre-half. We may go down that route with Kamara, because he's not, to be fair, with his DNA score as well. His DNA score is not at the best. I have done the spreadsheet, but I don't want to dive into it and talk about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little download link down below. So if you want to click on the link now, feel free to go in and dive in and have a good look around the screen and what the DNA, what the players are doing in terms of their DNA score. Right. So we're not going to go with McTominay. We're going to go with McTominay, but we're not going to go with Kamara. So let's get in. We're going to have to go Bellingham. And one thing I've also changed is this role here. It was an advanced playmaker last year. Then it was a Mazzala. And I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. No one was really performing well. And I thought, right, let's give us a little bit more defensive solidity. Bellingham can do it pretty well. McTominay, Kamara, James Garner can do it. If we end up going for a Declan Rice or a Calvin Phillips, they'll be able to do that role for us as well. So it will give us options. Bellingham can do literally everything anyway in the central midfield. We're going to go with Maguire and Philippe. Let's get Philippe on the bench. Wan-Bissaka is suspended, so we're going to go with Dalot. And let's get Brandon Williams in. Okay, so there we go. We go with Henderson, Dalot, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Bellingham, Fernandes, Sancho, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo. And very quickly, I'll just show you Bruno Fernandes. 25 assists he got last year. I didn't realise he got that many. He's only got 10 this season, but he's already scored more goals. 13 and 15 goals and assists in all comps. Right, here we go. Atleti, big game. Champions League was such a disappointment last year. Well, not a disappointment in terms of general performance. We did get to the final, but it's the trophy that has escaped us so far, losing in the final to Liverpool. Guardiola is in charge at Madrid. Brilliant. It would be nice just to nick an away goal. I'd be surprised if we don't, even though, well, they're not going to be as defensive. This isn't going to be Atletico Madrid I was expecting with Simeone in charge. I think Simeone was at Chelsea after the season, because Tuchel got sacked at the end of season 1, and then I'm pretty sure Simeone's actually already been sacked at Chelsea. Right, Bellingham to Shaw. Here's Bengals got a little bit more license to get forward now, playing in the box-to-box rather than sort of like the holding midfielder. Luke Shaw, going to dig out a cross. He finds Bellingham. See, this is the difference of McTominay's starting position there. He was literally stood with Suarez. If it was the register, he would have been up here with play. We've hit the post. But I do think at times there will be the option of bringing that register back. I think when we're playing teams with a low block, we necessarily don't need that sitter as much. We'll get away with sort of like going with a register. We're going to give him a little bit of a telling off. We want to nick a goal. We don't want to be going 1-0 down and then taking a narrow defeat back for the second leg. See, Luke Shaw again, look. 62 minutes in. Look at him. He's on a 6.1, so he can come off. Let's get Wijndal on. Fernandes is struggling as well. So let's go Pedri. Last little change. Let's go Lewandowski off. Let's go Rashford. Just a little bit of extra pace up there. See if we can hit them on the break later on. All right, Kuna. Deep cross. They're going to score. They have scored. We're 1-0 down, boys. Oh, God. We've got a lot of work to do in this second leg. Right, that's not what we wanted. That is not what we wanted. Come on, can we get an equaliser? Wijndal comes inside. McTominay. Sancho. Ronaldo. Rashford is not going to get on the end of that. I thought he might still. Yes! Oh, that was shambles. Absolute shambles back there. We've literally just pegged the back straight away. I didn't think he was going to get on the end of it. Terrible. There's nothing else you can say. And then Rashford just presented with the ball. Even Rashford on his left foot couldn't miss that. And we're going to nick a draw in Madrid. We'll take it. 14, we had, 14 shots, 6 on target, an XG of 1.43. Obviously, the Rashford goal was definitely helped in that. But we've definitely kind of probably deserved a draw out of that. Right, we're going to move on to the Norwich game, and then we're going to plug in that new little 4-2-2 box that I'd done. Norwich are down in 17th. By the way, I forgot to show you the league table. How rude of me. There is the league table. We're on 52 points, level with Spurs. Liverpool have come right back into it, but 6 points off us. Chelsea are now up as far as 7th. Man City down in 9th. They sacked their manager again. Sarri replaced Guardiola at City, and he's already been sacked. Okay, so let's plug it in. So we're going to go, let's do some changes. Wijndal can come in. Let's get Kamara in as the halfback. We're going to go Bellingham as the register. Sancho stays a shadow striker, so he can, hopefully, Lewandowski will maybe drop in at times. Sancho can then go beyond him. We'll go in advanced midfield, attacking midfielder for Fernandes. I think fitness-wise, we're all okay. Wan-Bissaka is back, so let's get him in. Going to give Luis Felipe another go instead of Maguire. Luis Felipe keeps asking for game time, so I think Luis Felipe may go in the summer just because he's worth a lot of money. He's good. It's good. I need to keep him happy. And to be fair, at the moment, he's not been performing too great. I know we don't need to necessarily look at how well players are performing, but an average of 6.79 isn't great, is it? Considering Rafael Varane is on a 7.30, and what's Maguire on? A 6.95. We've also had Joe Hugill. He's on my bench. I decided to call him up just because we were a little bit stretched for a couple of games, and I thought there was a couple of games I want to have a look at him. And I didn't want to play a Diallo out of position. I didn't want to even play Martial because he's leaving, and he scored 4 goals in 2 games. So he's not actually kicked on at all, despite playing a lot in the under-23s. His star rating has gone down to 2.5, but I still think at the age of 19, with his physicals, that we could get better, and just some of these, and him being an out-and-out centre-forward, I think he'll be a decent player to have in the squad. Right, let's go. The tactic-wise, nothing's changed, so the opposition instructions are the same. We're still trying to press the wide, so like the fullbacks. We're still, everything in terms of how we move the ball is exactly the same. It's just, I think, nice to have the same principles in place, but a few different tactical formation tweaks. Just allows you, I think, if you're going through a little bit of a bad run, it enables you just to bring maybe a couple of players in that you couldn't bring in a particular shape. It just changes things up a bit. And if you are playing with 3 tactics, then make sure you go across after you've watched this video and start implementing things. Copy the tactic over, so you've still got your playing instructions and your team instructions, and then just change a couple of formations based on what you have in your squad. I know that I can play with 2 sitters because I've got McTominay, Kamara, Gavi can play there, Bellingham can play there, James Garner can play there as well. So we've got plenty of options to do that. Right, here we go. 10 seconds in with our new formation we've not played. We could be 1-0 down. Woo, Henderson saves. We're safe, don't worry. Right, Fernandes with it. Lewandowski's there. Oh, so good in the air, Lewandowski. Philippe. Kamara, he's going to hit one from distance. He fires it in. His first goal of the season and for the club. A nice little finish. We've seen a few of these. Scott McTominay hit an absolute beauty. I think in the game against Brighton or Wolves it was. Nice play from Ronaldo. Just holding the run up. Philippe getting involved as well. Loads of space at the edge of the area. We are 1-0 to the good. Right, Unal. Free kick over the bar. Right, Fernandes. Bellingham. Good play. Good play. Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Wan-Bissaka coming forward, Fernandes in a little pocket, Bellingham, the register, the halfback, they're really high up the pitch, we're pressing, Wijndal, can we get that second goal? Lewandowski, so good normally in the air. It has proved to be a really good signing. I know, yeah, we should have maybe got Vlahovic in for 50 million, 60 million, but I don't think I've actually played with a Lewandowski before. I can't remember the last time I've had a Robert Lewandowski. So, and everyone wanted to see it, didn't they? Everyone wanted to see what Lewandowski and Ronaldo would do. And they're just starting to really link in. Lewandowski's really good at that. Just dropping in, getting the ball down, and helping us progress play. Here he is, little half space. Wijndal, Sancho, and then Ronaldo stays high. Oh, he's hit the bar. What a move that would have been. Can we get it? Can we get it? They're trying to play football, Norwich. They've done really well there. They've beaten our press pretty well. We've managed to get a tackle in, though, but they have got the ball back. That was quite impressive from Norwich. They have got Bowen as well. Unal has put it over. That was a really good move from Norwich. Right, Luis Felipe, Kamara. We need that second goal, because Norwich should cause us a few problems today. So here's an interesting thing, because we've got Kamara. He's dropped into, like, the back 3. Look how high Wijndal is. Look how high he is. There's my left back. There is my left back. There is Bellingham as my register. Kamara's dropped in to make a back 3. Wan-Bissaka's not as high, but Wijndal has proper gone for it there, hasn't he? He's coming back in now, but he's so high. I love that. Absolutely love that. Sancho's come really deep as well. That's the shadow striker coming deep. I want this to be a goal. I so want this to be a goal. Ronaldo, he's not going to get it. Oh, we've hit the post. I'm loving that, though. I'm a little, not worried, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in that middle third. Because we've got no one in the central area at all. Are we going to get caught out in between the lines of the attacking midfielder and the defensive midfielders? It's all right playing it against Norwich when you're expected to have a little bit more of the ball. They're very good at them. Technically, Norwich. Kamara, Wijndal, Sancho, Wijndal, Lewandowski, Wijndal, Fernandes. Good football again. Wijndal's got a good cross on him. And we've got big boys in the box. That was over the line, wasn't it? Weren't far off. Highlight looks to be continuing when Angus Gunn decides to kick it. Here he goes. Get that down, we do. Kamara, Lewandowski. Finds his strike partner, Ronaldo, who's put it wide. Ronnie. See, this is a little bit annoying. This is what I can't control. Ideally, you want him a couple of yards further back. It kind of opens out because I've not stopped us from pressing the centre halves. Kamara's coming out quite wide, which is good. Bellingham, Sancho, Fernandes. Lewandowski, we need that goal. We've got that goal. That was like Messi against Lille last night. What a goal that was. 2-0, and we're gonna take Kamara. We're gonna take Kamara off. He's had a really good game, but he's on a yellow card. He does like a tackle, and we're just gonna go James Garner. I'm trying to give some of these young players as much game time as I possibly can, especially Garner. Trying to give Hugo a little bit. Fernandes blocked. Lewandowski, Bellingham, Fernandes hits it from range. It's hit the bar. Fernandes cross. Varane's there. It's 3-0. And we're going to take Ronaldo off. He's had a couple of missed chances. We're going to go with Joe Hugo. Rafa Varane has had a really good season. I would like to get, by being picky, but I know that the budget, I don't think the budget's going to be massive this summer. If I was being picky, I would go and get another centre-half, like a Varane standard, world-class centre-half. That's what I would do. But I do think right back's going to be the main place, I think. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'm quite happy with the depth we've got in other areas, but it's that right back area. I'm hoping maybe to get another striker in the summer, if we can get rid of Martial, and maybe get rid of maybe one of the other centre halves. Tuanzebe, I want to keep, but then he's not that great, and we've been getting bids of up to 20 million for him. Hugo's in. Hugo has scored. Maybe he's my fourth choice striker. Maybe we don't go down the route of getting another striker in just yet and have Lewandowski and Ronaldo backed up by Rashford and Hugo, because he's scoring goals for fun. Right, Bellingham can come off. We're going to go with Gavi, who can do a really good... We have got the option for Gavi. At the moment, I don't think I'm going to do the deal for Gavi. We're going to really leave it till the end of the season. But it's going to be dependent on what budget we have. It may be a case of we get Gavi in and then we just sign a right back. Let me know your thoughts. We're always with transfer dealing and stuff. What would you strengthen in the summer? If we go on the fact that you're probably going to get in around sort of like 100 million. Let me know your thoughts down below. We've kind of rode this out. Norwich looked half decent for a little bit of it, and we've ended up knocking 4 past them with the new 4-2-2. Garner, Lewandowski, Gavi, Varane, Fernandes, Gavi. It's nice. We've lost it. Still some dodgy. 6.7 for Wijndal. I thought he's been really good. He's been really good today in what he's offered us down that left-hand side. Sometimes I don't know where they get the match ratings from. Right, Bowen is in. Oh, he's nicely finished. We're not going to get that clean sheet. Disappointing. Nothing Henderson could do. I suppose that's come from a counter-attack and Wijndal being so high up the pitch. To be fair, he's got himself back in. He just needed to go an extra couple of yards. And he hasn't, and Bowen's gone in. So that was Wijndal's fault. There we go. We've dominated the game again, though, boys. getting pretty bog standard, these league games, and it's just up to whether we can win those massive, massive games in Europe. The Premier League is going to be exciting. Tottenham are giving us a right good go. Tottenham have got Bielsa. Liverpool have still got... who have Man City got? Liverpool still got Vincent Kompany. What an appointment that is. Who have Chelsea gone for in the end? Yeah, Didier Deschamps. But they did have... I'm pretty sure they did have... Yeah, they had Diego Simeone for 114 days. Jesus. Okay, right. That is it. Next episode, boys. I will come back probably at a latter stage of the season. We'll maybe come back in and around April time, and then it'll set us up nicely for what will be an end of season, hopefully climax. We've got some big games in there, last 4 games. Wolves and Fulham at home, which is quite good, but we've got a trip to Tottenham and a home game against Liverpool. Highly likely a big game. Big game. We're only 6 ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool are on a right run. Arsenal are still in with it. But fingers crossed we can retain our title. So we will see you next Sunday night, 7 p.m. Thank you very much for watching. Muchly appreciated. Go check out the link to the DNA spreadsheet. If you want to see it involved in the save a little bit more in terms of me showing it and stuff, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you at the next one. Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later.